up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are playing Minecraft and we are playing Legends SMP. You probably won't know what Legends SMP is, but it's a private SMP run by yours truly, Doosum and Blind. Yeah, basically I was wanting to start a new series. I've started recording after I've gotten a bit geared, so I'm showing footage from like day 1, 2 and 3 in this video. Yep, that's about it. Let's get into running through what happened. So, before day 1 started, I got a DM from Jergy asking if we would chill. This is very important key information for day 1. Day 1. The server opens and we all rush in. We were all very excited for the Legends SMP to finally start. So we all rush in. Then the border opens and we can finally run about. First off, it started with Doosum and myself and Brax all splitting away from each other. We all went our separate directions, and I gained basic equipment such as stone tools. Then I encountered Jergy once again, where he killed me. Then Jergy went on a kill streak in which he described as he was bloodthirsty. Throughout the day, it was kind of rough for everyone on the server. We all died very many times due to the extreme amount of mobs, and we were just continuously dying. After making it through my trek, and after a long line of blind getting backlash for these extreme mobs, it was finally easier, and he put it onto peaceful mode, which made it a lot easier for me to go get diamonds. And I went mining and mining and mining and got almost a stack of diamonds, in which I made diamond armor, diamond tools for myself. After this journey in the cave, I went on an even longer journey to find Brax at the current 2k by 2k border with a 4k radius. I found him at the border in this massive cave, in which we made a temporary base for ourselves for day 1, in which we could lay our stuff down and enchant our armor. Now, between about day 2 and day 3, people I was close with found out that Jergy killed me. Jergy got a bunch of backlash from this. He was abandoned by his team, which had very close allies with me, and then he became the most wanted person by the whole server. Here, I'll show some images of messages that players sent to me of them saying to Jergy that they were no longer, that he should watch out. Then stuff started to look up for me. Brax and I grinded XP for ages in that cave. After we'd packed up our stuff, ready to leave, ready to move on to a better base and try to find Doosum. Brax and I embarked on our long journey to Doosum at a new village, creating a new temporary base before the border expanded. After meeting up with Doosum, Jergy's old team decided to team up with us, maybe to get a bit of revenge against him. We worked on many villager trades, upgrading them to get the best upgrades we possibly could before the border opened and expanded for the flood of new people, of people joining back to the server. After grinding those villages, our team finally logged off, except for Dusum, Braxton and I, who continued to stay. After they logged off, we started a raid. We died a bunch of times during this raid, but to our advantage, we got multiple totems and a bunch of other amazing gear from this. After the raid, we all kind of split off and we all had our own jobs. I went to the mines in an attempt to get as many diamonds and ores as possible. Luckily, to my advantage, one of our villagers was a Fortune 3 villager. So luckily, we had an advantage. It was going to be so much easier to gain these resources. In the caves, I had a bit of rough times and semi-close calls, but I made it. After leaving the cave, it was such a worth it trip. I returned with 1 stack of diamonds, 4 stacks of irons, 3 stacks of lapis, 2 stacks of gold. And this led us to about the end of day 2. On the lead to day 3, we continued our villages and gaining as many emeralds as possible. This was before string dupers were enabled and before Hero of the Village was enabled. This was a very long and tedious and exhausting process, doing the same stuff, mining wood, planting more trees. Because our village was located in a plains biome where there weren't many trees around, we had to rely off of our trees to fully grow before we could gain wood for sticks for the villagers. At this time it was 32 sticks for 1 emerald. Now that was expensive. Whilst I continued to upgrade my armor, Dusum and Brax tried to find an ancient city. I still continued this process and it took me ages before I was able to get and buy 4 Prot 3 and 3 Unbreaking and 4 Unbreaking 3 books with so many emeralds that it would be too hard to understand how many emeralds there actually were. After this, while Brax and Dusum were still on their journey, the border expands. String dupes were enabled and shields were allowed. This was the time that I started packing up the village, and annoyingly this is after I just gotten Prot 3 on my armor, and this is when Hero of the Village was also enabled. So all these trades were discounted. This was very annoying to me because I'd just spent 2 hours trying to get my armor when it would have only taken me 5 minutes if this happened 2 hours earlier. Apart from that, we packed up all of our valuables in an attempt to leave the village as a public villages so that people could come along and use the villages. Then we started our long journey to a base and to an island, or was a village, that Dusum and Brax thought would be suitable for what we hopefully could call home. This was a very long and also a very tedious journey. It was the end of the day for Brax and Dusum. They went to sleep, but I stayed online and I continued to flatten every single house and decided to fill all the potholes and change all the stone and gravel to dirt to make it a much more nicer ground to build off of. This led us to the end of day 3. Now, just to note, the days are kind of mixed up due to me trying to balance it for the different time zones. Anyway, hopefully this is the place that we could call home. Or was it?
Fly to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter.